doing this new thing called pug therapy, where you just sit and rub a pug's belly. I've even trained her. Watch. She's on a timer. She knows if I'm not doing the right thing. Watch. Okay. What's wrong? What do you want? You want the belly scooches? You want the belly scooches? Come here. Give it to me. Give it to me. Give it to me now. Belly scoochies. Oh, what do you have in the car? She ain't got no teethers. She ain't got no teethers. Rub the belly. Rub the belly. One more time. What do you want? Show me. Show me. Give it to me. Hello zombies, and welcome to my trunk. It's luscious space here. So this is just a talk in a trunk. A trunk talk. Not to be confused with a Trump talk, which would look very different because he has very, very large hands. So I am on my way home from California to Arizona, where I live, in the middle of my work week, because if you've followed my Instagram at all, you know I got hurt and I have to go to the doctor. I was able to get in with not my normal surgeon, but someone that works with my normal surgeon, so I'm very, 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 very nervous. I'm still having a lot of weakness and numbness, tingling, all that fun stuff. And on top of everything else that's been going on, zombies, fucking Crafty broke. And for anyone who doesn't know what a Crafty is, think of it like a portable nebulizer for my cannabis. And it is this amazing thing that I love so much. And it lets me easily take my medicine and conceal it and vary the temperature and thus what the medicine is doing for me. But for some reason it decided to throw an error. I had to send it in and they tell me that it should be on my way back. So until then, I am down to doing this the old-fashioned way. So yeah, I thought while I was sitting here in this lovely trunk that I could talk real quick about my top 5 dysphoria things that I have been dealing with. And they kind of change. I've noticed, I guess, on how much I focus on something. Like one week it may really be this and the next week it's really that, but these are the top 5 that have kind of stuck with me in all this. And these aren't in like any order, like number 1's my worst, number 5's the least. This is literally just 5 things about myself squished in a trunk that I'm trying to learn to accept or decide if I want to possibly face the consequences of changing those things about me. Dun, 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 dun. Alright, zombies, can I do it this time? It will not win me any awards, but it will get my job done too. I guess first on my list, hold on, I am ill prepared, don't judge. I'm like Felix the cat with my black bag of tricks over here. There's a never ending supply of things in my bag. So first on the list would have to be my voice, which has always been on the lower octave scale for females. And most of my life I refused to talk down here, which this is about my comfortable range down here. I've trained my voice to drop down lower, And I've also trained my voice to rise a lot higher. So whenever I have to talk to people or my customers, or whenever, especially I get around big scary people that scare me, and I get scared a lot, I get really intimidated by I can't concentrate. I get intimidated by very, what's the word, society norm, gender males, partially because I want to sound like them, I want to be like them, and then partially because I have PTSD from loud male voices, so it's like a double-edged sword.
It's cool, you know.
I hate what you are, it's cool. And that's something T would fix. See, I have this list of why I want things, when I want them, why I want them, when I want them. I try to control a lot of my life. But T is one of those things that I know it's going to be an eventuality for me. I know sooner or later I'm going to go on T because I like the effects that it has. But as hard as it is for me to say it because I am older, I'm not my teenage, I'm not in my 20s. I don't want to wait. I want to do everything now. I want to be on the fast track for everything. I know that's usually not the best way to go about things. So I'm taking it slow, making lists, deciding what I want to do. Alright, enough about voice. Next thing would have to be this. I have a very soft, roundish face. I have good structure underneath and everything, but I never lost my baby face, my chipmunk cheeks and dimples and everything. And being on T may not change that. Chubby faces run in my family, and that's cool. But, it's just one of my dysphorias. There you go. Next one are my boobies. My female chest anatomy parts. God, I should have just thrown so many trigger warnings up right now. I shouldn't have. So I'm not fucking paying attention to half of what I'm doing because I'm trying to get this to not look like a total idiot. So my female chest anatomy bothers me, and it's pretty much bothered me from the moment I found out that I was going to have those. As a little kid, I don't remember thinking, I can't wait till I get those. I clearly remember at one point in time thinking I was going to grow up and be a little boy, and not really quite getting that I wasn't, and being very, very upset when I found out that I wasn't, and not understanding why until much later in life. So they've always hurt. Mine are not small, but they're not in the ridiculous size. But I'm a very, very large chest. The diameter of my chest, I'm very, very large structure. Big bone, big body build to begin with. I'm not a petite desert flower. I never have been, even when I was at my most athletic. So they've always gotten in the way for me. I mean, my husband laughs at me, but when we were on our trip recently to Alabama for the summer, we had to rent a car, and I'd never been in this style of car before. It's a Chevy or something like that. But the back doors were curved out in the most stupid design possible, and I kept closing my piercings in the freaking car door. Actually, this was 2 summers ago because I wasn't wearing a binder then. I was still wearing the BRA no word. And yeah, that sucks. So I don't want them. I never have wanted them. To tell you the truth, if someone had told me about top surgery, not breast reduction, because I never wanted them reducted. I wanted them gone, like abracadabra, no chesticles at all. If you had told me about it, I probably would have begged my parents to get it for me just because I freaking hated my chest as a young person growing up. So there's that. Trigger warning. Talking about weird stuff. I don't really know how to phrase it, but trigger warning. Just be warned. When I gave birth to my 4 zombies, the one thing, even though it felt so weird and foreign going through all that, the one thing I was looking forward to was to be able to breastfeed them. For me, it felt like some sort of spiritual connection between me and the child. I'm not religious, but I grew these little things inside of me, and it was weird and gross and happy all at the same time. And that part of me that kind of feels not female but feminine, it really surged forward and really wanted this, and I wasn't able to do it. I've tried with all 4 of my zombies, and whether it is the shape or the placement of my testicles, which is what I'm going to call them from now on, or the stress of being in an abusive relationship, or a combination of everything I was going through, I was not able to properly breastfeed. In fact, I almost lost my first child because I listened to a midwife who told me to keep at it. I still advocate for midwives and natural births and stuff. I just happened to get someone who was too old school for someone who had problems like me. So there's another huge disconnect that I feel between me and my testicles, is the fact that the one time I wanted them to do something womanly, female, they didn't. They feel defective. I feel defective having testicles. It makes me sad because my husband does enjoy them because he is attracted to them. I don't worry about it because I know he's known me for so long, and I know that what he ultimately is attracted to in me is deep inside, just like what I'm ultimately attracted to him deep inside. His loving, caring, tender nature, his unsureness, his everything, his faults, his humor, which is drier than all get up. So that's probably one of the biggest ones I'm dealing with right now. If I had to pick one on the list that's really bothering me the most right now, that's probably going to be it, my testicles, because I can't stop thinking about them in a negative way. Like 24/7, I think about them all the time in the worst possible ways. And they make me look at myself badly and doubt myself and how I'm feeling. On days that, I'm feeling more masculine, or I think I'm looking good, or I think I'm portraying the person who I want to portray, then, hello girls, have you come out to out me? And that's pretty much what happens. So we need to get something done before I continue this on, because we have two more to go. Okay.